my dear YouTube friends. How are you doing today? Welcome to my video. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Mia. I live in Denmark with my husband and 4 cats. And if you aren't subscribed, please consider doing so. There's a subscribe button right down there. Next to it, you will find a bell. And if you ding that bell and choose all, you will be notified whenever I put up a new video. And if you're back, hi friends, welcome back. I hope you all know how much I appreciate you being here and watching my videos. So before we get started on the video, I want to ask you all to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help with all the YouTube algorithms and whatnot. And also, if you feel so inclined, please go back and watch some of my previous videos. That helps a lot too, so thank you. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. So this video is going to be a Wip Chat. If you don't know what a Wip Chat is, Wip, W-I-P, stands for work in progress, and this is my whip today. So you can work on a diamond painting, you can knit, you can crochet, you can cross stitch, you can embroider, you can cook, you can clean, you can drive your car, or you can sit in your couch relaxing, treating this like a podcast. And the chat part, that means I'm going to chat your ears off for a while, okay? Okay. So let's get into this. Before, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well, but please let me know down in the comment section how you're doing and what you're working on while I'm chatting away. So my whip today is a diamond painting, and it is this beautiful one. It is Zodiac by Alphonse Mucha, and isn't it beautiful? It's an old masters, and I've started a little ahead of the event called Summer with the Masters that is hosted by my good friend Anthony from Single and Placing and Katie over at Diamonds and Washi. It is a square drill diamond painting. I only do square drills, and it is a bigger one. It's 70 by 93 centimeters or 27.6 by 36.6 inches. I mean, the colors are a little on the, what do you want to say? It's a lot of beige, and yeah, they're not happy, but it's beautiful, and yeah, I can't wait to see it's done. But yeah, look at it, look at it. I'm working upside down right now, and I am, where am I? Around here, I think. So yeah, and when I'm done with this second row, I'm gonna turn it upside down, or, 80, 90 degrees, and gonna work on it this way. I always do that with longer diamond paintings. I start, I work upside down, and then I turn it around and work my way down. That's how I do it. Look at that beautiful, it looks like an earring. Isn't it an earring? No, it's a piece of her head jewelry. It's beautiful. Anyway, what else? What else? I have this beautiful trinket tray. It is made from my good friend Angie over at Sparkle Addiction Art. She has a shop on Etsy, and it is linked down below in my what today, you guys? About section. And it's beautiful. It has this little minder that is you can use for trash, and as you can see, it has a hang on. It has a magnet right there. You have the same magnet on the bottom of this little trash tray, so you can put it on its stick, and then you can, move it around, and the little trash minder will stay. If I didn't have any drills in it, I would show you that you can absolutely turn it upside down without them going anywhere. Then I have my trusted tweezers. These are from Diamond Art Club. Ouch, and I just stepped myself. Really good. Ow. Oh, anyway, they're the branded ombre ones. And one of the reasons that the pink tweezers went out of, that they don't use them anymore, is because they tend to peel off. And you can see where I'm holding my tweezers. It's all peeled off. Ouch. And then I have my murder tweezers. They're just regular tweezers from AliExpress. And they're pointy, so watch out. Don't stab yourself like I just did. And here I have my diamond painting pens for today. This one is from Enabler's Outpost. It is one of their precious, what was it called? Precious, whatever. It's the amethyst one. And it's beautiful. I love all the sparkle. See, I tell you, today my English is not good. So up here I have a single placer from Diamond Art Club. It has a glue dot in it. Down here you have a 3-placer from Diamond Art Club with my own scented putty in it. This one is from North Alchemist. I love it. This big honeycomb pattern. Up here I have a single placer from Cat Eared with a glue dot in it. And down here I have a placer from AliExpress, and it's empty because I'm not using it. It's a 6-placer. I use my Munimate tray. It's a small tray. And this was a gift from a dear friend, Francesca, over at Francesca's Studio Works. She is linked down below as well, and so are these pen shops and Angie's Etsy shop. And I have my drills in these Elizabeth Ward containers. I only use 2 sizes. I use the small and the extra small. Those are the only 2 sizes I use, because in the small one here, I can fit in an entire big bag from Diamond Art Club. So yeah, that's what I'm using. And now let's get into it. So again, look at that, I stabbed myself really good. Again, let me know how you guys are doing. I really, really do want to know, and I care a lot about you guys. You're my friends. So, so sorry. That frog won't go anywhere. It's been there all day. So, let's talk. What happened? Well, today I had a dear friend over. We've known each other since 2002 when we started an education together to be health workers, work with the elderly. And we've been friends ever since. So yeah, and we haven't really seen each other since before COVID, everything that happened there. And then when COVID was over, we had that whole mother-in-law thing where 2023 was basically non-existent when it came to friends and other family. We were just soaked up in that. So we decided, okay, it's time. This is ridiculous. So we're seeing each other once a month, and every time we say goodbye, we have found a new date. That way, time doesn't slip away from us. So yeah, that is cool. She was here today. Next time I'll go there. And we just chit-chatted and knitted away. She's a really good friend of mine. And we were talking about how David and I and my sister-in-law is having our joint birthday celebration in the middle of June, and that it'll be a 145-year birthday because David and I are each turning 45 this year, and she'll be 55, so 145. And then I was like, oh yeah, and in 5 years we'll be 50. I mean, we're getting old, And she looked at me, yeah, well, you are. I'm like, you turned 50 about 6 months after me, so don't come here. She is roughly 6 months younger than me. So, yeah. But, you know, it's the thing. When somebody's older than you, you have to tell them, well, I'm not old, you are, you know. I do the same with David. He has his birthday in May, and mine is in September. So he is way old for those 4 months. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, we have to have a little fun, right? So she was here, and we chit-chatted for, oh, I don't know. How long was she here? 3-4 hours? She was a little delayed today because she had to go to the hospital to get some x-rays done. And that took almost an hour. But yeah. Next time will be better. I'm going down there, and I don't have anybody to come home to that day because David is working, so I can usually stay a little longer down there. And she has the day off that day, so she doesn't have to work. So maybe it'll be a little longer. We can maybe we can cook or something. So yeah, and then when she left, I don't know, I was tired, so I took a little nap. Otherwise, I would have been filming this one early. It's almost 8 p.m. here, which is a little late for filming, but you know, the sun is out and it's beautiful, so it's okay. That's today. Let's talk about Monday. I don't know if you've been following along for a good while, and if you have seen the post on my community tab the other day from Monday, you'll know that I have been participating in a countrywide event called a Royal Run here in Denmark. That all began 6 years ago, but it's the 5th time that it's been arranged, because one of the times it was canceled due to COVID. So the 5th time, and it was here in my town this year. So I was like, yay, I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to walk 5K. And yeah, I was looking forward to it, and the weather was beautiful. I saw the king. I will put in a little video right around here where you can see the king. He walked right past me when he was done running his 1 mile. So yeah, he was there, and I watched him arrive by the royal boat called Dannebro. I watched him arrive in the morning around 9, and then I, you know, walked up to the finish line so that I could see him finish his 1 mile. This is an English 1 mile, and yeah. So after that, I walked around the city. Oh, that's not, I have to tell you something. So after I filmed the clip that I'm going to show you, I was like, okay, I'm going to leave this area because there's like 1 million people here. So I took one of the little side roads because I went, okay, if I walk down this road, I'm going to be squished because of all the people. So I took down, you know, a little side road. And when I, you know, walked in, it was like, oh, look at those big cars, big black cars. I'm like, And then I, you know, kept walking. I mean, this isn't a big street. It's a small one. But I kept walking, and I saw people, you know, 100 meters down, and they were all standing close to those black cars. So I was like, I wonder what's going on here. And then when I arrived, the king came out, and he was walking right past us, you know, waving, and then he was in the car, and I was like, hang on, I know that dude. But yeah, I saw the king again. He was like, if I've reached out, I could touch him. But you don't do that. So yeah, I saw him again, but I didn't get any pictures or nothing. I was just there. So yeah, and then I walked around a little. My brother wrote me that he and Rosa was in the city, so where I was, and I told him that I was up near the start area because I wanted to get something to drink. They had a drink, water station up there. So I was up there to get something to drink. They told me, okay, we are down by one of the grocery stores, so if you want to come and say hi. So I was like, okay, I'm leaving in a second. I just need to fill my water bottle. So I walked down there, and my brother saw me first, and then he told Rosa, look, there comes your auntie. And then she turned around, and when she saw me, she was one big smile. I love that girl, and she loves her auntie, apparently. So, yeah, and I was talking with them for, I don't know, a few hours or so, maybe a little less. And then we were cheering on the ones that was walking and running 10K. And then it was, time for me to go up to the start area so that I could walk my 5K. And David walked me up there. He had come downtown to meet us. He was going to work that day, a little later in the afternoon. So he had taken his moped down to his work, and then he had walked into the city. It's like a 20-minute walk or something. So he walked me up to the start area and stayed with me until I began. So we were, talking, and he took a few pictures that I will put in here as well. They will maybe come a little during my little spiel here. So then off it went. Oh, by the way, I met one of the other girls from the board in our homeowners association. So David took a picture of us and we put it in on our Facebook group and said, oh, look, the board is well presented here at the Royal Run. And then I walked. They let roughly 1,000 people leave the start area at a time. So, yeah, I was walking down that road, waiting for it to be my turn. And then off it went. And that 5K took me 56 minutes and 30 seconds. I could have been faster if only people haven't been in my way. I don't know, there should be some rule that when you're in a competition like this, it is sort of a competition, right? Even though it isn't. That if you're going to walk slow or run slow or whatever, go to the right, stay to the right. That way, people who walk faster or run faster can get by, can get past you. You're not taking your entire family and go, and then you're basically you're filling out the entire road. We were walking out on the road, but yeah, I was a little annoyed that they slowed me down every now and then. But okay, I was under an hour, and then when you reached the finish line, I have a picture where I'm, walking past walking through the finish line. I have a little clip of that. So when we get into there, you got your medal. That is mine. Royal Run 2024. This is made out of 100% recycled plastic. Here on the other side, it says in Danish, well done, together we can do more than we believe. But yeah, and then the crown, of course. I was very proud of myself, and I will put in the picture again if you haven't seen it in the community post, where I'm, holding it up, proud of myself. But yeah, and then this says Royal 124, again with the crown. And up here it says move for life. Yeah. And then we have the hashtag Royal Run. Yeah, I'm happy I did it, and I hope that if they come back next year close by, I'm absolutely going to do it again. Absolutely. This was fun. But yeah, but I didn't just walk those 5K. No, because I was walking all over the place that day. I ended up walking an extra 9K. I walked 14 kilometers, 14K that day, which is more than 20,000 steps. So no wonder my feet was hurting when I came home. And I haven't been wearing socks for I don't know how long by now. And apparently the socks that I did wear, there was little ankle socks, they could move around in the shoes that I was wearing. So I had blisters on my right foot, 4 in all, but only 2 of them really bugged me. So yeah. So I walked the entire 5K with blisters. I was just, okay, let's do this. You can do this. But, the worst part was when I had to walk from the city out to my brother where I had parked my car in the morning. That's about, I don't know, 1.5 kilometers or so, but it was really, really far away at that point. My feet was hurting so bad. But yeah, but it was a great day. And I haven't, knock on wood, had any bad days because of it. Usually I have I'm always fearing when I do stuff like this, I'll end up in bed for a few days because of pain. But, so far nothing. It can be a few days, so it can still come. But so far I've just mostly been annoyed at my feet, but at least the blisters doesn't hurt anymore. I had these blister band-aids that I put on it, and that helped a lot. But since I'm walking around barefoot, those bandages just fell off pretty fast. So, but they helped. They helped a lot. So now it's just if I'm leaning too much on the area where the 2 blisters under my foot is, then I will feel it a little. Other than that, it's okay. And I am really happy that I chose to be part of it. I would have loved if David had, gotten tickets so he could walk with me. But since, I have to remember. I don't think he had ridden Monday on his day to work on bank holidays. I don't think so. Otherwise you would have said, hey, I need a day off. But it would have been fun. So if they're coming back here next year, I'm gonna make sure that he'll get his ticket too, so we can do it together. That's gonna be a lot of fun. But that is a good while away. I'm gonna do this again and again and again and again. But only if it's nearby. I mean, I do need to think about energy. But yeah, it was a great day. The sun was out. It was beautiful. And they kept telling people, remember to use sunscreen. Remember to drink enough water because the sun was blazing. It was amazing weather. And people were happy. And what was it they said? They had an expectation that there would be an extra 30,000 people in the city where it was held, in the center of the city. So that's a lot of people, but there was a lot of people. Thank God a lot of them, they came and they did what they were supposed to do, and then a lot of them left again. Because at one point I was like, that is so many people. I mean, I'm an introverted, so I was like, why do I do this to myself? I know why I did it, and I, it is okay. I can do stuff like this, and then when I come home, I need to, decompress and be alone for a while. But I was joking, like, I haven't thought about there being so many people. Why did I do this to myself? I have a very sarcastic and dark humor, just if you're new and you don't know. My humor is dark, sarcastic, horrid. Yeah, I can't help it. So don't take everything that I say for granted. I mean, don't believe anything I say. You never know when I'm joking. Well, usually I will tell you, but if you're in a live with me, you never know what comes out of my mouth. Which reminds me, I saw a kind of a joke yesterday, a meme, where there was this person and it was asked, do you exercise? And then the person was like, yes, I run my mouth a lot. And I sent it to David and I was like, yeah, this is so me. And he just, rolled his eyes at me because he knows it. If I have somebody to speak to, I can speak the entire day. There's no wonder my voice is so weird by now. I've been chit-chatting my entire life. I can't help it. And then I know, when I was young, people were like, how can you have something to talk about all the time? Don't you run out of stuff to talk about? I was like, no, never. I can talk about anything and nothing. I mean, what I've seen, what I've done, the things that I've read in the newspaper. I mean, I'm staying at home. I'm on disability, so I'm not really doing a whole lot most of the time, right? And even though I don't do a whole lot, I'm still able to chit-chat with you guys an hour every week. And that's because I'm just, I start to talk and then I keep talking until I look at the camera and say, "Ooh, an hour is up," and then I have to, I tend to enter rabbit holes because I'm talking about one thing, and then all that reminds me of something, and then down the rabbit hole we goes. So again, yeah, and then I try to reel myself back, and most likely I will have to spend a little while to remember where we began, and sometimes I'm not successful. So be warned. You never know. You never know. But yeah. So yesterday I was home because my blisters were hurting under my foot. It got better, through the day, but when we got up, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything today. So I was diamond painting and reading some stories that I have found online. They're my new guilty pleasure. When I'm not diamond painting or knitting. And what else was I doing? I don't know. I was doing something so that it was so late that I couldn't do my my Wip Chat yesterday. I think I just lost track of time because I was, listening to music and diamond painted. And then all of a sudden it was starting to get dark outside and I was like, oh, darn it. Because in the summertime, I love to do these when it's still daylight outside. Just because, I don't know, I like it better when it's daylight and not because I have a lamp on or something. I don't know. I might be weird. I own up to it. I am weird. But yeah. I know some people were like, oh, I wish I had a twin. I was like, no, that David wouldn't, that would be horrid for some people that I know. Well, it'd be horrid for my parents, and those I wouldn't feel sorry for. They deserve to have more than one of me. But David, for him to have more than one of me in his family, whew. I mean, I'm a handful in my own, So one of me is more than enough. But it would be fun to have a twin. All the havoc we could create. And I would have one that would understand my life and or my weird jokes and whatnot. That would be cool. But I do have friends that understand them, and David has the same wicked humor as I do. And we have our little, we have our own little life, the things that we say that, isn't said correctly, just because I tend to speak backwards, and he caught it from me, and now every now and then we will just speak backwards to each other. And sometimes, for me at least, I don't think about it. I just start speaking, and then people look at me and go, what? And I was like, what did I say? Yeah, I didn't understand it. Oh. Did I speak backwards again? You might have. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. We had some children's TV when I was a kid where they had a song about talking backwards, and they did it sometimes on the screen where they were talking to each other, and for some reason it just stuck in my head, and I've been doing it ever since. Mostly around David because he get it, and then every now and then somebody makes up a new sentence with that speaking backward, and we have to say, can you say that again? So we have to think for a second, because it's actually rather easy to understand when you know how to. Basically, you're just mixing up some of the letters. I mean, it isn't hard. If you have two words, you take the first letter from the first word and put it instead of the first letter in the second word, and then you put the first word in the first letter in the second word into the first letter in the first word. So it's, it works like that. Like, we speak Danish, so it's mostly in Danish I'm doing it, but hang on, let's see if I can. Like, if I want to say no thanks, it'll be tonangs, Something like that. I had to think a little because it doesn't come natural in English. I just had, like, okay, what? And we just tend to do that. Me more than David, of course, because I'm the weird one. He usually say, you have more time to think of these. These things. I'm like, but I don't. They just tend to, spout out of my mouth without even thinking about it. Can't help it. You know, even though I do prefer more colors, I actually love this. But I do have a question. I have this odd 1AB here. And I'm trying. Maybe it's a piece of her headband. It might be. Because I was like, why is that this 1AB up here? And there might be something that's supposed... I need to find a bigger picture to look at it. Because I'm like, otherwise I have to remove it and then put one of the other colors in there. I'm like, it kind of annoys me. Maybe it gets better when I, you know, turn it around and see the entire thing. That might be better. Because right now I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And I know I didn't put it down, you know, in the wrong place because I checked several times. But yeah, come on, don't bug me. Yeah. I do mostly single place this because I don't know, for some reason the multi-placing is looking weird in this one. I might try it again a little later. Maybe it was because I was at the outer edges. That was the reason for it. I don't know. I just dropped a drill. Because, I mean, there is a lot of color blocking in this one. So, if I were to... sorry, if I were to mostly place my way through this, it'll go a lot faster. But yeah, we'll see, we'll see. I mean, it isn't a race, and I enjoy doing it a lot. Who knows what I do after? I mean, if I can finish this relatively fast, which for me is a few months, I will have July and August to do something, and then in September I'm doing the Virgo one from ClarStudios. ClarStudios. I don't remember who it was that found out. You know, because people have been saying Claire or ClarStudios, but apparently they are from Germany or something, so it's ClarStudios. I think. That's what somebody told me. If it's true or not, I don't know. I don't know. But, I don't know. For me, it makes sense to say Claire. Maybe because I was told, you know, that it is, and do I have any of these in this one? Just these? I'm looking for S's. Oh, we have some down here as well. Okay. I was like, if I only had to place a few, I didn't want to pour drills into the tray. Speaking of trays, which tray company do you prefer and why? Inquiring minds want to know, which company do you prefer and have it changed during the time that you've been diamond painting? So, I prefer 100% Bella Art Nicole trays. And I love these little ones. I absolutely adore them. They're beautiful and they have the perfect size for my little hand. Before that, I preferred Muni-made trays. And my first custom-made tray, 3D printed tray, was one of her bigger, the large tray. And I loved that. I used that forever until Mary gave me a large Bella Art Nicole tray, which isn't large compared to Muni-made trays, but I got one of those, and I loved that. I used that for an eternity. Then Berta gave me a tray from Catproof trays, and I love that too. I would love to get more from those, from that company. Especially they have a little one. I don't know. It's called a kitten or something. It's a small one. It's around the same size as this. I would love one of those, but the postage is an arm and a leg. So yeah. And do I have others that I've tried? No. So I have 2 large trays from Unimate, 2 small ones that I got from Francesca. Then I have the 1 cat-proof tray. And then I have one big, I mean, and again, big. Big isn't big compared to, I mean, this is a big Bella Nicole tray. And this is a small Unimate. So, I mean, yeah. I think they call this a large tray. But I have one of those that I got from Mary. Then I have gotten 3 sets for myself. I have one that is red purplish. Then I have one that is purplish bluish, and then this beautiful color that is pink, lilac, purple. And now I have to say, okay, even though I would want some more, I can't because postage is crazy, and then I have to pay taxes and a stupid fee for $25 when it enters Denmark. So until I figure out how to work around that, I can't get any more of them. Even though I would love to have a silk white tray, a small tray, I would love that. But I need to figure out, because there is something where you can get an American address, and then that address is at a shipping company, whatever, that ships worldwide. Then they repackage. Well, you can ask them to repackage your purchases into one big box, and then they ship it to you. And then you just pay for the shipping one time. Even though, of course, it can be a lot of money, it'll still be less than paying shipping I don't know how many times. And I would just, okay, I will buy several things, of course, in that purchase to make it, worth it. But I am looking into that because I do have several things that I want to buy from American small shops. I just need to figure out how, so that I don't end up paying more than necessary. I don't mind paying taxes. Taxes is just fine. That I'm used to paying taxes. It's that stupid $25 fee that they put on packages that hasn't prepaid the tax. So it's called ISS something. That just, you have to register your shop to be able to prepay the taxes. And I can't remember if you have to do it country by country, or if it's enough to do it, like all of Europe, and then that's it. I don't know, because I haven't had to do it. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Right now, I'm okay. I can only use one tray at a time anyway. Well, I do only use one tray at a time. I have a few times, I have, if I have one color that I'm using again and again and again, like big blocks of it, I have had a tray just with that color in it, and then have a lid on it, because I know myself. And then have that. That's, I think, one of the only times that I use more than one tray. But that isn't very often. There were more S's than I anticipated when I got to look at the canvas. But yeah, I have a few small shops that I want to purchase from if I figure out how to do this. I want to buy from Francesca's Studio Works. I want to get, what is it called? Something with mice and cats. When the cats sleep, the mice are out. Something like that. I want that one because, well, I don't want it. I want to purchase it because it's cats and it's yarn. And yeah, I'm a knitter, so of course I need a diamond painting that has yarn in it. That's also the reason that I purchased the Threads of the Universe, because it has yarn and the girl was knitting. So yeah, I love stuff like that. And it has cats, and I love cats too. I mean, I have 4 cats. We used to have 5, but we had to put one of them down due to him being sick, and we have tried everything. I mean, literally, we've tried everything to get him healthy again. And even the vet gave up. I mean, like, I can't think of anything anymore. He had talked to other vets in Denmark and other countries, and none of them had any idea what to do. He had a coronavirus that cats can get. It isn't the same virus that ran around, in 2020 and 2021, ran crazy. Well, 2022 too, but it's not that. This is a specific cat disease, and what it does is that it gives them diarrhea. And most times it can be cured, but I have no idea why his couldn't. And he got shots, he got medication, we tried herbal things, we tried, I don't know what we didn't try, but we tried a lot. And at the end, some of them made him feel better for a short while, and then it just stopped working. And at the end, it was like, he's basically dripping when he's walking, which wasn't fair to him anymore. It wasn't dignified, it was undignified for him to be like that. Cats are clean, very clean animals. So yeah, so he ended up being sent to the Rainbow Bridge, and he just got buried this week in the yard together with one of our older cats. The Bengal Oscar that had the coronavirus, he only turned about 5.5 years old. And he wouldn't have gotten a lot older if it wasn't for that virus. The other cat that got buried out in our garden, his name was Liv, which means life. And he was a male cat, even though Liv is kind of like Liv Taylor, It's the same name. And most times it is a girl's name. But when we got him back in 2008, we were told it was a girl. So I named him Liv. And then something grew that wasn't supposed to be there if you're a girl. But we decided, to keep the name because he had saved his life twice in those short months. So it was fitting for him. But he was born in 2008. and we had to put him down in 2020. So he was 12 and a half, but he got dementia. And it again, you know, it wasn't dignified at the end. He was so confused. He didn't know where he was. He couldn't find his food, you know, just several things. He would howl out because he got lost and he couldn't find me, despite me being right next to him. So, yeah. And he you know, got a little aggressive, which, you know, elderly people that gets dementia could, you know, they also tend to be aggressive sometimes. So, like, I get it. He was confused. He was frustrated. Yeah, so he got the peace that he deserved. And then we got him cremated because we sent him over the Rainbow Bridge just a few months before we were moving out here. And we were like, okay, we can bury him out in the garden. Find a place where he can be. At that time, you were only thinking him because the other ones were healthy, right? So we have made a little burial place, and we have sown wildflowers for the bees and butterflies and whatnot. You can buy these packets of seeds, and then you can just put them all over your garden, your yard, you know. So we did that at that little place. Tell me. It has. I'm gonna need the murder tweezers. Hang on. Just have to see if there was a tab on it. There was a tab on it. So I wasn't seeing things. People that know me tend to say that I'm picky with my drills, and I am. I'm not afraid to say that because I don't want the tabs. I want them to lay flush against each other. That means you can have drills with tabs. Just putting that out there. Okay. Next one is P. I have a few of those. Maybe I should try the other pen so that you see me using that for just a little bit. I mean, the hour is almost up. Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen it, but I did respond to a lot of comments last week. So if you had a comment within, you know, made a comment within, I don't know, the past month and a half, and you have seen me like and heart your comment, that means that I have responded to your comment. So if you want to hear my response, please go check out last week's video. I've decided that's the best way for me to respond to comments, because I don't know, I have forgotten, and then it's gotten out of hand, and so this way is the best. I try to, whenever I feel like, okay, enough comments has come in, so I need to do another video. I don't do them, you know, once a month or once every other week. I do them when I see, okay, now I need to respond to those comments. I just found another S. All the way up here. So yeah. But I will, you know, the videos will be called responding to your comments. So that way, and if I like and heart your comment, that means that I've been responding to it. Was that it? No, there were more over here. So yeah, that's how I do that. I know several other people do the same. I mean, we have Atmos Zest does it the same. What is it? She called them Whip and Waffle. And then Anthony over at Single Unplacing does it in videos. I think he might have stopped a little, and then some of them he will, write a comment to, and others he will respond to in a video. I think it depends. I don't know on what, but it depends. Maybe sometimes it's when it's of a more personal character. I wrote him a comment about, all the things that he did. If I ever got to go to Colorado area where he lives, I knew what we were going to do, He had to take me on some of his walks with Apollo, and I wanted us to go to the, what's it called, Celestial Tea factory where he lives close by, and stuff like that. So he responded to that one because it was something between him and I, So, but I like this way of responding. That way, sometimes people are like, oh yeah, that's an interesting question or an interesting comment or something, and that way everybody can hear the answer, So I don't know, sometimes you're like, oh yeah, I want to know that, if somebody asks something, and then you have to remember to go back and check, did the content creator ever answer that one? And then you have to remember what video it was, So if it's a respond to comment video, it's a lot easier because you can just watch those, and hopefully and eventually the content creator will respond to that comment. So if you just watch those videos, eventually you should get a response to it, unless it's quite, maybe it's personal and they respond. I don't know. I respond in videos, so please watch those if you feel so inclined. And sometimes, I don't have enough comments for me to chit chat for an hour, and I will throw in some life updates. But yeah, that's how I do it. I stole the idea from others who probably stole them from others again. So it's not an original idea from me. But who cares? I mean, is there really anything original on YouTube? I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, haven't everything been said and done on YouTube? I can't remember. I think it was last year, David told me how many videos that is uploaded to YouTube every minute. It was crazy. I think it was millions or something. It was, I was flabbergasted. I was like, darn it. It was a lot. So, I mean, I hope the server can keep up. So that, yeah. Because it is a lot of videos. But yeah, I think we're coming up on the hour mark. And instead of me going over the hour mark, I think I'm gonna end it here. And get this one edited and sent out to you guys so you can watch it. Hopefully you will make some comments and give me some likes and whatnot. All the algorithmy stuff that helps people's channels. And then I will see you in my next video or in my live this Sunday. I go live Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, or 7 p.m. Central European Times. So I would love for you to join in. It is always nice and cozy. We aren't a lot of people in my life, which makes it a lot more cozy and personal and intimate. Everybody has a say. Most times it is you, the viewers, that decides what we talk about. So if you have questions to ask or comments that you want an immediate response to, please stop by. It'll make me happy to see you there. And yeah, see you in my next video or in my live. Bye everybody, take care, bye, love you.
I didn't listen to Nein.